On today's episode of I Grew Up in an Actual Dictatorship, So You're Not in One, I want to talk to you guys about unconventional jobs that Cubans do in order to make more money than doctors in Cuba. For this, it's important to know that it takes 10 years to be a doctor and they make about $20 a month. And I say that it is unconventional because in Cuba, every business and every job, it's owned by the government. So in order for you to find a job outside of the scope of what the government covers, you need to get really creative. And this, it's how they do it. One of the most popular hobbies in the youth in Cuba is playing with marbles. Even adults do it. Now in Cuba, we don't have designated stores that sell things like this. Like over here, we have Dollar Tree, Walmart, Family Dollar. Many stores that sell marbles, pool toys, or even kids' toys. So many adults in Cuba take advantage of this need and they have a family member here in the US. Thanks to the great economy here in the US, a pack of marbles is not a very expensive thing to buy. They have family members send them these packs to Cuba and they resell them over there. About 10 marbles for one single peso. Add that up, and they were making around $1 per day. Add that up, and that's about $30 a month. Yes, a person selling marble makes more money than a doctor who spent 10 years going through a career, and on most decisions literally hangs a balance of life and death. Second unconventional job, selling durofrios, or aka ice popsicles. In order to sell this, you need three resources that are very scarce in Cuba. A fridge with a freezer strong enough to freeze water, which, believe it or not, it is a very hard thing to have in Cuba. These packets of powdered juice, very famous in Cuba, but very expensive to get. And lastly, water, which at the time of when I was living in Cuba, we would get every other day. Now they could go 10, 15 days with no water. The fact that they also get power blackouts every day, up to 20 hours per day, and it's the perfect mix for a business recession. However, they still prefer this over becoming a doctor because they can make up to $2 a day, which is 3 times what a doctor makes. And lastly, the highest paid profession in Cuba is anything that has to do with tourists. We happen to have a cousin who was going to school to become a doctor, and halfway through it, she just quit and became a waitress for a restaurant that a lot of tourists visit, making about 10 times what she would be making if she had gone through with her doctor's career. You guys leaving a dollar tip here in the US would be disrespectful. But over there, you'll be making that person's day. Do you see what socialism does to society? If a person selling ice popsicle can make more than a doctor, a scientist, or an astrophysicist, what is the incentive of advancing society? Because of this, society becomes stagnant. There's no real growth and everybody is equally poor. Eventually, it creates a society full of mediocre people with no ambitions. That's the kind of people that I believe want socialism for this country. Those that want the control through socialist idea, and those who are mediocre, they want the basic things taken care of without then having to go out there and get it for themselves. But America was built on this, on competition. America was built on thriving under pressure to offer the best service and the best version of yourself. I love America. You don't have a cap here. You set your own limits. For this and many more reasons, it's why I'm telling you, America is not a dictatorship.